My Lords, I echo the comments of the Noble Lord, Lord Coker, about the contribution of the Noble Lord, Lord Grantchester, and it was a hugely powerful moment, I think. I should perhaps declare that I have taken part in a number of events. My involvement is much lesser than others this evening, but I have taken part in a number of events with the Hillsborough Survivors Association, usually in conjunction with the Orgreave Truth and Justice campaign, so events in Sheffield. And I'd echo the remarks of others about thanking Bishop James for the exceptional piece of work that's gone into this report. I would also very much say that I appreciate the Noble Lord Bellamy's careful and deep, I would say unusually deep, from the dispatch box explanation of why the government has not chosen to actually head down the statutory route in terms of the duty of candour. However, I think it is important to put on the record that the Hillsborough Survivors Association has already come out and said that they think we need that law. And I think it's important when we're thinking about that law is that that isn't or shouldn't be focused on junior officials who may be trapped in circumstances beyond their capacity. But when we're talking about very senior people, as we are in this case and others, the situation of very senior people who may have a lot to lose by not being open, not showing candour, I'm not sure that we don't need a legal framework to deal with people in those kind of situations. Now, the other point I wanted to actually very much welcome in this government statement is, in fact, an acknowledgement that justice unfunded is justice denied. And there is, in far too many of these cases, a deep inequality of arms between families and official bodies who establish an array of KCs, very powerful, extremely well-paid lawyers, against what can be simply crowd-funded or very limitedly funded legal teams. And on that point, I refer specifically to paragraph 38 of the statement from the other place, which acknowledges that Bishop James talks broadly about the proper participation of bereaved families at inquests where the state's represented. And it says we will seek to further understand the experience of these individuals. And I'd like to raise with the Noble Lord the Minister a particular case, that of 7-year-old Zain Bangbola, who was tragically killed by lethal gases in 2014 in Chertsey in Surrey. And if the Noble Lord was to look into that inquest case, there was a massive inequality of arms between the situation of the family, which basically crowdfunded and got a tiny bit of legal aid at the absolute last second, versus, I think it was 9 public bodies who all had their own representation. The case of Zain and the continuing fight of his mother and father, Kai and Nicole, to get justice, to get an independent inquiry into that case is ongoing. That call has been backed by Sir Keir Starmer and also Andy Burnham. So my question to the Noble Lord the Minister, acknowledging the seeking to further understand the experience of those individuals, could the Noble Lord commit to me that he would assist me to see if we can get experiences of Kai and Nicole, that the Department will listen to those when it's considering the experiences of families?
My Lords, I thank indeed the Noble Baroness for that intervention. To take first, I think, the point the Noble Baroness rightly makes about the distinction between junior officials and senior officials. The present Public Accountability Bill doesn't make that distinction and is drawn in very wide terms. So without offering any commitment, I think the point she makes is one that will be registered, as it were, in terms of the ongoing discussion of this issue. And in terms of the equality of arms, it is a deep problem probably in most justice systems. And I think there are, as Noble Lords will have seen from the statement, there are a number of measures proposed which the government will undertake to try to redress that balance. And on the specific question that the Noble Lady raises about the case of Zain and similar cases, the Ministry of Justice is always ready to have its attention drawn to particular circumstances, and if she's kind enough to do so, we will, and I will ensure that, it is looked into.